The terrible trio have finally managed to get past the rocking stones. The diminishing returns to a trap also reset at dawn, I think. They reset at some point at least. It might be midnight, it might be dawn. It might just be from them not triggering the trap for a while because they're sleeping, and I have the wall up. Whatever the actual reason, my new mana source is stable, if not especially large. The public gauntlet will probably be a great hit though. Even the trio seem to be, well, not exactly enjoying the challenge, but also not exactly hating it either. They're getting stuck on the wave log right now though. I have a log roll thing set up, with the end stuck into the wall for a track, and it follows a bit of a wave shape, going up and down a few times before getting to the next platform. The log is also fairly rough, which the trio seem to think it just to give their feet grip while they try to walk on it, while also making them be careful about tripping. None of them have realised they just need to hug the thing and not drop off yet. It's pretty funny watching them get stuck in the first dip though. Fluffles is keeping an eye on them down there at the moment, and is using his telekinesis to reset the log once they fall off. None of them are actually all that adept at log rolling, so I think they might be stuck on this one until someone thinks outside the box. Speaking of outside, Leo's expeditions are coming back with all kinds of actually interesting details. The bats that Poe will send underground have the same kind of intel issues the birds do, except bats don't even care about shinies. I know a lot about how the ceilings are, but that's not exactly useful. With the lesser wolves though, I get great info. This cavern has some glowing mushrooms instead of the moss stuff. That cavern has some old claw marks, probably from a scythemore. This other cavern has a little stream and a pool, and so on. Nothing is especially concerning just yet. Even the scythemore marks have moss and such growing over them, so if they were marking territory, that moor is long gone. It might have even been the one that chased Aranya. The lesser wolves have also started noticing the weird something the ratkin have been noticing too, but haven't been able to quite put their paw pads on what it is just yet. With both the lesser wolves and the ratkin feeling something weird, I decided to slow down on the public gauntlet for a moment at least, and upgrade the wolf spawner a few times to get it to start making actual wolves. I also get access to specializations, but I don't specialize it just yet. I think I might actually go for something offensive with the wolves, but I'm not sure what. Dire wolves aren't a specialization, which isn't surprising. I figure that will probably be one of the late things the spawner will make, maybe even the last. Some of the specialization options might make Cerberuses instead, but I still haven't decided on what to take. I almost took timber wolves, just because I can taste the pun, but I have enough plant-related things right now. I'm leaning towards either Orpheruses or tundra wolves, which seem to be physical and magical specializations, respectively. An Orpheus is just a two-headed doggo, which is why I expect they'll probably end up with Cerberuses at the end, unless I can get some kind of wolf hydra. The tundra wolves are ice aspect, which could be cool. Pun only kind of intended. I'm just not sure which to take. Orpheruses would lead to very cool denizens, and with Cerberuses, I'd have some great guards. On the other hand, I don't really have much in the way of denizens that cast spells and such. I don't know. Although, I could take the multi-puppers and just get a new spawner and set that towards magic. I've been thinking of the other invaders and catching some to make my own, but most of them aren't really tempting. The roaches are just no. Even if they're a viable option, I don't want giant roaches wandering around. Mice are also a no, because they're basically just weaker rats. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they just become rats if they join me too. There's still some wasps around, but I don't need them. I already know they're the same thing as the bees. Even if I also know they're about as unrelated biologically as flying, striped, stinging insects can be. The seagulls are also a no. I'm pretty sure they're just a different specialization for birds, and I already have my ravens. It might be interesting to see a gull turn into a raven, but I don't want to convert one just to have a show. There are two invaders that might have some potential though. The first are the moles. I know they can't dig through stone, at least not as normal moles, but I'd be shocked if I can't at least specialize them into something that could. That'd make expanding deeper go so much more smoothly. The Radlings are doing a good job, especially with Coda's help, but I think they're better at doing basic crafting than with mining. The other invader that could be an interesting denizen are the gremlins that are always after my mining nodes. They're quick, sneaky, and at least strong enough to dislodge a bit of ore or a gemstone from a node. They might make good miners too, as well as potentially being good to send on expeditions. Either way, I think I'm going to wait before trying to get a new spawner. I could probably fit a spawner or two around, but I want to get more space before trying. I was originally going to start expanding down the tunnel Aranya came from, but recent stuff has made a few other options interesting. I could expand past the cemetery walls and get a taste of the wilderness. I'm sure there's all kinds of interesting things I could get for my new spawner, and tons of room for more herbalism or lumber nodes. I wonder if animal nodes are a thing. It'd also give me a better foothold to try looking into the Green Sea. That's a pretty long-term project, though, so no real rush in it. The other option is to expand down the Radkins hunting tunnel. It'll help secure their hunting grounds, and maybe I can get a spawner for whatever is giving everyone that weird feeling. I'm kinda in the business of weird, after all.